Fam, man, this story right here is a crazy story, man. And I can tell you at 12 years old, and even at my age now, killing somebody is not on my mind, never has been. But look at what these kids are doing at this age. Boy, 12 and 17-year-old arrested and third on the loose in triple murders, right? And this is courtesy of the Daily Mail. And man, listen to this. A 12-year-old boy and a 17-year-old have been arrested in connection with the murders of three teenagers in Florida, right? They killed three other children. Christopher Atkins, 12, and Robert Robertson, 17, allegedly confessed to at least one of the shootings, which have rocked the small town of Okalawaha. And authorities have launched an urgent manhunt for a third suspect, Taj Bruton, 16. Layla Silvernail, 16, Camille Corliss, 16, and an unidentified 17-year-old boy were last week shot together in a car before being discovered over a span of 3 days within a 5-mile radius. The victims and their suspected killers were allegedly behind the recent spat of robberies and burglaries to hit the small Florida community. Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods told a press conference Friday that the motive for the killings was robbery, as he revealed that one of the perpetrators is still on the loose. Man, I will get him, Woods said, adding that the group were all associated with the gang in some shape or another. So there go one of the accused killers. Look at this young devil, man. Look at this. How can you be so young and wicked, and now you have officially thrown your life away? See, you should be at home playing video games, at the park shooting hoops. Now you locked up, and gonna be locked up for a long time. Look at this. See? And you need to comb your hair, young man. That's what you need to do. I tell you, man, these kids today, I tell you, man. And I believe that's the third suspect that's on the run right now. This gentleman right here. My heart and prayers goes out to the victims. And so here it is. Here's a map right here. As you see, the first victim was found Thursday at 10:52 p.m. Layla Silvernail, 16. She was found in the dumpster. They killed this young girl and put her body in the dumpster. Threw her away like she was trash, and she wasn't. She was somebody's daughter. Friday at 7:55 a.m., a boy that was 17 was found right there at the roadside where you see number 2. And then third, Saturday at 12:40 p.m., Camille Corliss, 16, is found in Silvernail's car submerged in a pond. Wow, man, I'm trying to tell you. Detectives were able to determine that the three teenage victims were together prior to their murders in the vehicle owned by Silvernail, before they were dumped in different locations over a 3-day period. A witness reportedly heard a series of gunshots at the time, leading detectives to believe the teens were all murdered at the same time, the sheriff said. 16-year-old Silvernail was still alive when she was discovered last Thursday night, shot in the head and left in the dumpster near Forest Lake Park. She later died in a hospital. Man. The grisly discovery was followed hours later when an unnamed 17-year-old victim was found less than a mile away on the side of a road. A third victim, 16-year-old Camille Corliss, was found Saturday inside Silvernail's car, which was partially submerged in a pond. After revealing that Corliss was in the trunk of the car, Sheriff Woods said evidence suggested that she was in the vehicle of her own free will. Sheriff Woods told reporters the killings were gang-related and said that, in some shape or another, each were associated with a gang. The sheriff broke down several times as he detailed the tragic killings and alluded to the group congregating prior to the killings with the intention to commit a crime. "Do I have to spell it out for you? What do you think they were doing?" he said. "They're gangs because they commit crimes." And these young ladies and them young dudes, they don't even look like they was in a gang. They don't even look like criminals. They look like children. You see? They look like kids, man. Wood said that at some time during the episode, the suspect turned on the victims before shooting them all inside the car. And she had them dudes in her car and they killed her in her car. These three individuals turned on our victims and murdered them. They fled the scene and left a lot of evidence in their wake, he added. The sheriffs hit out social problems after detailing the crimes and said he had to stare into the eyes of the suspected killers, mothers who were willing to give their sons everything. I am a father, and I cannot fathom what they are going through, he said. These mothers and the mothers across this nation need all of your help because here's what infuriates me. The fact is, society fails them. We do not hold our juveniles accountable. He continued by arguing that stricter gun laws would not have prevented the tragedy. They are individuals out there viewing who want to blame the one thing that has no ability or the capacity to commit the crime itself, and that's the gun, Woods added, which is so true. You can have a gun. I legally own a gun. I can set my gun on my washing machine, and that gun will never ever move again for the rest of its life. Unless I pick it up and put it in the safe, or, you can conceal carry one matter if I take it with me. But I'm just simply saying that a gun cannot squeeze a trigger by itself. So the gun is not the problem. It's the people who come in possession of guns, like these children, that are not old enough to legally have them. That's the problem. That sheriff is correct. The close proximity of the killings led to fears that a serial killer may be on the loose in Ocklawaha, Florida. However, police were quick to rule out that theory. An urgent investigation was launched following the grisly discoveries, with law enforcement describing the killings as an isolated incident. The sheriff told Fox News Digital on Thursday that he was investigating multiple suspects in the case, adding that he believes the perpetrators knew the victims. It's multiple suspects, more than two, he said, maintaining that the suspects may be gang-related. After Silvernell and Corliss were identified as the victims, the identity of the third victim has not been released because their family have enacted their right of Marcy's Law, which allows crime victims or their families to request their names be withheld from public documents. As rumors swirled while the killings captured headlines in a tiny Florida town, Woods called for calm during the investigation as he insisted that the idea there is a serial killer out there is far from the truth. I know this is a very close community and many of you are very concerned, he said. Someone out there knows something. We want you to have truthful information and not rumors. So, so is that the dumpster they found the little girl in? And what do that dumpster say, man? I can't blow it up. But right above the GFL in yellow, it says garbage only. That little girl was not garbage, man. Oh, my goodness. I guess that's where they found the other little boy on the side of the road, the 17-year-old, huh? One of the identified victims was later revealed to have been wearing all black clothing with a black mask covering his face when he was found dead. The 17-year-old boy was sprawled on the side of a dirt road where a female student said she stumbled over the horror on her way to catch a school bus early Friday morning. And this is what she had to find on her way to school in her neighborhood. I was walking with my brother and I found the guy. He was not breathing. The student, who would only give her name as Kataya, told DailyMail.com. He was lying on the side and he was wearing a black hoodie, black shirt, black pants, and black shoes. He had the hoodie over his head and he had a black mask up over his face. I couldn't see his face. You could only see his eyes. Wow, man, I'm telling you. Man. They'll never be able to be mothers, and that young man will never be able to be a father. Tributes have poured in for Silvernell after she was named as the first victim in the case. The 16-year-old was described by her friends and family as a talented softball player. Her family decided to donate her organs so she can help others in the wake of this tragedy. The Team Softball League wrote on their fundraising page, "She is the definition of a team player and an amazing athlete," they said. She loved the game of softball, was a great pitcher, and could play any position her team needed. She uplifted all of her teammates. She has been taken from us too soon and will be greatly missed. And she definitely was. All of those children was taken too soon. Y'all have to, young folks, man, be careful who you hang around with. Don't let nobody coerce you or as a result of peer pressure, talk you into joining a gang, committing murders, committing crimes. Because there's nothing good that come out of none of this activity, man. It's not. This story is proof of it. Nothing good whatsoever. Nothing good whatsoever. And these young kids right here, these three devils that done that, y'all gonna have to pay for what you done, man. And you done it. You should never do that in life, but you done it so young, man. You're gonna spend a long time behind bars, man. Y'all are going to spend a long time behind bars for these three silly decisions that you made. And before I even let y'all go, the decisions were so silly because why? Crime and stealing led to murder now. See, if you wouldn't have been committing crimes, if you wouldn't be out there, if you wasn't out there stealing, if you wasn't out there trying to be gang members, all of y'all would be free as young children right now, just enjoying your life as a child. And yet, because of the three stooges right here, it's three innocent people dead. Drop your comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click on that notification bell. And I'll catch y'all on the next episode. And let me tell you, man, violence is not the answer. Crime is not the answer. You know, I do these videos for educational purposes only, to bring awareness to the public, you know, to let the children know that there's a better way than committing crimes. You know, we have to look out for the innocent victims. We have to look out for the elders. We have to look out for each other in our communities. Because if we don't make it better, the criminals are just going to make it worse, as we see right now. And my heart and prayer goes out to all the victims. With that being said, I say shalom.